Hey, I'm Farand Wasiak, and I'm here with Jessica Stutzman. Jessica, you'll be teaching a new class in Orlando in April. Can you tell us a little bit about that class, please?
Sure. The class that I'll be offering is our open source intelligence class. I will be partnering with Spider Forensics, who's a premier tool agnostic digital forensics training company. They focus on forensic workflows and exploitation of data. I will be working with Rob Atto, Todd Shipley, and Damian Atto to develop and present the course while we're in Orlando.
Fantastic.
They are all the members of Spider Forensics.
Gotcha. Fantastic. Content of the class. What will be covered? Tips, tricks, methods, anything along those lines?
Yeah, so we're going to cover all of that, actually. We're going to cover kind of the basics, what open source is, what open source isn't. There's, the misnomer that maybe hacking or getting into people's accounts is open source. We're going to explain all the differences between that. We're going to cover kind of defensive OSINT, so protecting yourself when you're using the internet. We're going to cover, the offensive OSINT, so law enforcement, how they can actually use open source to their advantages to help them close their cases.
Fantastic. Who's this class geared for? Who should take this class?
So it's going to be geared for any law enforcement officer that is been pegged as the computer guy, right? There's a lot of people that because they know how to use a computer, if they're a forensic expert or an IT person, they get pegged as, well, you're the computer guy, OSINT this for me. It's gotten more and more common, so this will give them kind of the backbone they need to be able to appropriately exploit open source information to help close their cases. So it's going to be good for any beginner, whether you're brand new or whether you want to kind of brush up on your skills, whether you want to help flesh out your forensic investigations, this will be good for you.
Yeah, I think we all have been the computer guy and given that hat to wear with everything, every aspect of this. We talked about the class. Let's talk about you, Jessica. What's your educational background?
Sure. So I have a bachelor's and a master's degree, both in Arabic linguistics. So I'm not a computer person by trade.
Wow. Yeah, legal studies degree here. Was a burglary detective, and next thing I know, here I am doing digital forensics and incident response. Speaking about digital forensics and incident response, how did you get into it?
So I have spent a lot of my career working in kind of the U.S. intelligence community in like various kind of like analytical and operational roles. My last, one of my most recent jobs, I was just kind of working as an analyst at a desk, and we had a dusty old computer there that somebody asked if I wanted to learn how to use, and it just happened to be a forensic exploitation kind of system that was put up. So I got some system training from the provider, and I was really, really interested in what forensics was all about because I got to learn their tool, but I got to learn some about forensics while I was learning their tool. And the person there was a certified forensic examiner through IACIS, so he pointed me to IACIS, and that's kind of what got me started here.
Excellent. Speaking about IACIS, your background, your history with IACIS, both maybe taking class or both in taking classes and in teaching classes.
Sure. So after I had that experience where I got trained on the forensic system and realized I wanted to learn a little bit more, I looked into the BCFE class. So I was actually signed up for BCFE for the summer session in 2020, which unfortunately got canceled due to COVID when everything kind of shut down. So that kind of delayed until the next year. So I went to the BCFE, the Basic Computer Forensic Examiner course in 2021 as a student. And then I worked through the 4-month peer review process, did my exams, and got certified in 2021. And then I returned this year, summer of 2022, as a staff member. I didn't instruct any particular section, but I had a group of about probably 12 students or so that I coached through the BCFE process. I've actually just finished. I passed my first student, so I'm really excited. My student passed her peer review process, and she is working on getting certified. So that was kind of my teaching experience until now, and then we will be presenting the OSINT class next year, so we'll be presenting that the first week of the 2-week training block in Orlando.
Awesome, and it also shows the opportunity from going from student to instructor, and those opportunities are available for students. Obviously, you're living proof of this, so that's very nice.
If you want to get involved, there's plenty of opportunities. I'm also a chairperson for the peer review problem development committee. So I'm also working with IACIS to develop some of the newer problem sets to test on for next year. So if you want to get involved with IACIS, if you're a member already and you're looking for something else to do, we're an all-volunteer organization, so there are more than enough opportunities. If you're good at their very specific thing, we can find a use to put that to work for you to get back to us.
Yeah, excellent career path opportunities. Jessica, just if you can talk about it, your employer and just your current role in what you do, just to give our audience a little taste for what is it you do day to day.
Sure. Right now, I'm a consultant for Accenture Federal Services, and I operate in the day-to-day as the open source capabilities manager for a DoD customer. So I'm dealing with open source, doing this kind of exploitation stuff, dealing with the tools and the platforms and technologies on a daily basis. But I think the course is important because it's the same concept as digital forensics. It's great to use the tools, but if you can't verify that the tools work and do things manually, you're going to be really in a difficult spot when it comes to, court proceedings and things like that. So this course, I think, is going to be great because it's going to give the forensic examiners that manual ability to do things without tools. And then if you have the ability or the funds to buy tools, that's just a leg up to make things easier for yourself.
Well, you're obviously certainly qualified to teach this class, considering you do it every day. Excellent. Jessica, I look forward to seeing you in April. I look forward to peeking my head into the classroom and seeing what I can get out of it. Great interview. Thank you for everything, and we'll be seeing you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing everybody there.